Okay, and we're back to Ghost Trick. We are on chapter 15. We are at the end and of the chapter. We are just now asking Cabanela and then probably the old guy some questions, and then he will be moving on to 16. Okay. That guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago. He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage, and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame. But what about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jowd, who forced me to a corner, Lynne, the girl who was playing in the park, and finally, you, Cabanela. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. Yes, 10 years ago on that day, Special Investigation Unit was working on a certain big case. We hauled in a young man, important witness to our investigation. And then I did it. I made two very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it. Fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course. But if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living hell. But I had just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet. I wanted to impress them. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking his statement. But I was too green. Pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. Then I made another mistake on top of that. Cabanela, got a minute? Chief wants to see you about your report. Got it, I'll be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. My gun. How could you? He used my gun to escape. He said it's true. If I hadn't made that mistake, never would have had a gun to point at Lynne in the first place. Damn. We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes, this country keeps tabs on the communications networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him, and said they wanted him. He said they wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard about him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time, and in order to prove these powers of his, he gave them two predictions. He foresaw two completely preposterous, impossible cases. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast, and the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Those two inmates of the special prison, eh? We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation. And then finally we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and staked it out. That restaurant, the Chicken Kitchen. The manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight on a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. Submarine? But we haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think what would happen if his powers were to fall into their hands. Right, highly unlikely they use them for peaceful purposes. And now they have that little girl as hostage, Mela. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. This spotless record of yours, Is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. Than your life, eh? After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel as head of the Special Investigation Unit. And because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. Huh? The manipulator case? That's why you cared about your record so much? Of course. Why else, baby? I just never could believe it, man. Jowd, shooting Alma. I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story, some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder, everything in my power. And I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years, though. The manipulator is going to prove that Jowd is innocent. What incredible determination. There's one thing I just don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Jowd, why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. He himself asked to be executed, you know? As a matter of law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. That's why I brought him before the Justice Minister, too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could, baby. So that's it, eh? But there's one little unfortunate result of all of this. Lynne completely misunderstood your intentions. Ah, what's a little misunderstanding? My baby will come around, give it time. But there are more important things to do with our time tonight. So, you still think he's the bad guy?
Yep. Oh, he's definitely the bad guy. He's got an ulterior motive for,
yeah, this is all bullshit, for sure. He's lying.
I mean, it's like, it's like Secret Hitler. You gotta, play the good guy. You gotta play the long con.
Yeah. Mr. Superintendent, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police. The police, huh? Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner. I investigated victims' cause of death. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse. Hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead. But I never filed an autopsy report. Because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. Bet that's what I've been chasing all night. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your true identity, too. That's the only way I can describe it, too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead, all right, no question about that. But there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought that he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. I was completely bewildered but when I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. Couldn't perform the autopsy. You couldn't? What do you mean? Scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut it. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went. And no scarring or blood either. I never had the chance to solve the mystery. That's because the corpse up and vanished on us. The morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen that body. But there is one way the corpse could have disappeared. What's that? It got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? He was dead, but he wasn't dead. We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. And he didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on that stove. The corpse left behind some data from some testing I did. I got some readings for some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation? I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Wait a minute, could it be? That's right, it was coming from that meteorite fragment. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell. Just as expected, I detected radiation coming from that crater. It was the exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse. At the time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die only to come back to life. I wanted to research it all in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case, thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. Do you want to see me blush? It was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came dancing into my research lab here. I heard there was an oddball here who's researching Temsec. Is that you, baby? Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? I was investigating the manipulator case then. Then I heard there was a man who'd quit the police force to study the meteorites. When I heard that, it was like a meteorite had struck me on the head. At the time, we were just starting to get leads on this manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet, but we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "Source of my power is not of this world." And that's when I put two and two together, baby. The manipulator case and Temsec were somehow connected. It also explained how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mother. He added that gun to the contraption most likely by controlling Camilla. So that contraption in the basement here, you built that to try and help Detective Jowd? That's right. Jowd and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device. But there was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce no matter how hard I tried. Camilla told Jowd it did something it shouldn't have. Made an impossible move. Added that part to the device I recreated. Put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. That must mean somebody manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually existed. Hey, baby. Sorry about that phone call. Must have sounded like a real villain. It'd spoil your image of me. Of that cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image you had of him? Oh,
Inspector Cabanela, I'm sorry. I just heard.
you have
Yeah,
lied.
don't worry. Don't worry. I'm almost done with Xenoblade anyway.
Jesus Christ.
You were chasing after that man all this time and to try and help Detective Jowd.
This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved.
That's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it?
Like I always say, if somebody's in the way, throw them in the slammer. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yikes. Tonight. I really thought we finally had him, but my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke.
But a joke is a joke. You might as well laugh.
Jowd.
The minister called off the execution order. While he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow morning, too.
That's a pretty extreme while he was at it.
Sorry it took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me.
There you go again. You've always been like that. You make everybody else run around, and then you swoop in at the last second. Jowd? 5 years ago, you left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. Promised to give it back to you one day.
I've been waiting so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come.
Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynne. Okay, I'm off then.
Good luck, my old friend.
This present you gave me, it's just what I needed. Thank you.
Glad you like it.
Sissel, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me?
Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is, and the phone line doesn't work.
Use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow. You'll see. Could you wait here until we do, please?
Okay, fine. I'm counting on you.
This true self you're looking for. I bet you'll find it soon. Oh, right. I'm leaving, Miss Inspector Cabanela.
It's almost dawn. Not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. Okay, on to 16. Lynne kept her promise by getting me hooked up. About 2 hours before dawn, the phone rang. Hello?
This is Jowd. Sissel, are you listening? We need your powers. No time to talk. We'll be waiting for you.
Well, you'd better get going. This long night is drawing to an end. Yeah, it looks like it. Thank you for all your help tonight. I'm the one who should be thanking you. At the other end of the phone line, I'm finally going to find all my answers. I'd better go. Single telephone line connects me and the other Sissel, but that single line spreads out like a spider's web to ensnare the fates of many people. And I just reached the center of the web. Welcome to the Yanoa. Detective Jowd.
My detective sense must have gotten rusty. I didn't even sense your presence here in the dark.
That's because I switched the power to my mask off, Detective Jowd.
I used your phone. Hope you don't mind.
Egad, never thought you'd track us here, especially seeing as you're a death row inmate.
And I'm equally surprised about your choice of transportation. A submarine, eh?
But how did you find us, my man? Not even the police knew where the Yanoa was going to service, confound it.
We detectives have a little saying. There's something you want to know about a case. Ask the criminals. The bullet the man Red was shot with had a radio transmitter in it.
That's smart.
Yep.
That's very smart.
I have a little something for you. Cabanela really fucking came through.
He's still the mastermind.
He's still definitely the villain of the story, but he really came through.
Yeah, he's just selling out his partners. That's all it is right now. He's just
Yeah,
selling them out.
exactly. So dirty.
Yeah, jeez. Horrible person. Even worse than I thought.
Cabanela has given me some pretty weird presents in the past. Always prove useful. This one was a radio receiver, made to look like a pocket watch.
Yes. Inspector Cabanela. I hear he's an excellent investigator.
By the way, where is that man in red? I know he's on the submarine somewhere.
Ah, Sissel, you mean?
You!
You can relax. That's nothing but his shell.
His shell, eh?
His spirit isn't here right now. Most likely, right about now, he's controlling your daughter.
Please, I beg you, let my daughter go. If you need a hostage, take me. Just please let her go.
Ah. There's something our nation needs. Sissel has it. That's all we care about, my man. Nothing else matters. However, it would appear Sissel has underestimated us. He's left behind his precious bargaining chip here.
Bargaining chip?
Our nation has already researched it. This product that Sissel has to offer. The source of his powers.
What? What in the world was that?
The Temsec fragment, it gives Spirit special powers. And now our deal with Sissel is concluded, as far as we're concerned.
What are you talking about?
Tisk tisk, what a mistake to make. Right at the most critical moment. Now then, Detective Jowd. Farewell. Oh, goodbye. Talk to you later, I guess? What in the world? The whole room just vanished. Detective Jowd? Where'd he go? What now? I think I had an explosion somewhere. In any case, Lynne and the little lady should be here somewhere. I smell danger. I'd better find them and fast. Oh, that's right, because the telephone got dropped into the compartment. That's why it's down here. So you're here, huh?
It's Missile!
Yes, I think even I remember who you are by now. What do you suppose that shock was a minute ago?
I have no idea, of course. I'm just a little sheltered apartment dog.
But with my loss of memory, I can't say I'm much better.
Anyway, let's hurry up and go save Miss Lynne and Miss Camilla.
You think that trusty nose of yours can sniff them out?
I'm sorry to say, I don't think it can.
Why did I even bother to ask? But you do have the power to swap objects. So let's go find that lady detective and the little lady together.
You got it.
The telephone is ringing.
Wow,
Wow!
Miss Camilla, I just know it. My trusty nose is practically screaming it at me.
I think you'd call that more of a hunch. Anyway, let's get to that phone before it stops ringing.
You bet.
Hmm. You could have showed another little explosion in the distance. Got a bad feeling about this.
Cecil, look! That black hello, it came off the hook.
Uh-oh, I better answer it fast.
Hello? Hello? Miss Camilla? Miss Camilla!
What is it, Missile?
Oh, Cecil, hurry! Hurry!
Hey, I'm coming. Path is right here in front of me. I just have to use it. Hello, is anybody there? It's her, the little lady. It's Sissel, where are you? Somebody please answer. I guess you can't hear my voice.
You too, huh? Oh, good. I thought she was ignoring me.
Of course. Somebody help me. Lynne is... He said Lynne.
Miss Lynne!
We'd better hurry.
Let's go, Cecil.
And I think we should stay here.
Yeah, let's just chill.
Actually,
Yeah,
I actually want to see what happens.
on, Sissel. We can't do anything to help them here.
Thought I'd check this place out a little more. But I admit I am worried about the little lady too.
What do you mean, I admit? Shouldn't that be of course?
I've been chastised for my choice of words by a little doggy. Nothing's happening.
What did you think would happen, by the way?
I don't know.
Tisk. Really think you should have a plan before you start touching things willy-nilly.
I'm being given reasonable advice by a little doggy. Okay, let's go. Please come help me, sissy. The lady called me by name.
She's asking for you, Sissel. Miss Camilla, don't forget me.
You better hurry.
Let's go, Sissel.
It's no use. Nobody's answering.
Miss Camilla. And Miss Lynne. Poor Miss Lynne.
Yeah, she can't seem to catch a break. Looks like another tragedy has happened. Sorry to keep you waiting, little lady. Sissy, I knew you'd come.
Miss Camilla.
And Missile, too. I'm so glad to see you're all right.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm all right exactly. I'm dead.
Hey, wait a minute. Missile, your voice. I think I remember hearing it somewhere before.
What? My voice?
That's right. Camilla has a core now, so that means she did hear Missile's voice before, and he saved her that time. So, that was you, wasn't it, Missile? You're the one who saved me in the park tonight. Thank you.
Miss Camilla. Oh, screen went black.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
Oh.
there we go. I'm so glad I was born your little doggy.
Hey, Missile. Could you stay here and watch over your mistress for a while?
Hmm? But don't you need my powers?
I'll see what I can do on my own for a while. After all, you're the only one who can protect her.
Okay, I'll do it.
Thank you, Missile. I wonder what happened this time. I better talk to the little lady a little more. Then, better do something about the detective lady. Can I talk to you a minute? Yes, sissy. Could you tell me what happened to you? What happened after I last saw you at your old house? Oh, let's see. After that, I think I fell asleep. I woke up to the sound of an engine. So she really was already in the submarine by then, eh? I thought to myself, I have to escape. The next thing I knew, I found myself in this big room. I was so tired I couldn't move. And then... I was so relieved. I don't remember what happened after that. She must have passed out, the poor thing. You've been through so much. You were very brave. I think Lynn's probably been through more than me. You've both been brave. Okay. To talk to Lynn.
Oh, Sissel, you're here.
It has been a while since she died.
It has. I mean, it was inevitable, but hey,
Yeah.
I mean, she did have a long streak of living.
Yep. Lynn, what in the world happened here?
I don't know.
Huh?
I just sort of blacked out all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know in that case.
Where's Detective Jowd? Is he all right?
I don't know.
Hmm?
The room he was just in disappeared all of a sudden.
Now it's all making even less sense than before. After we left the super's office, we followed after that man in red. We tracked him with that radio transmitter Inspector Cabanela fired into him with the bullet. The man in red took a boat out to sea from a small harbor on the edge of town. Detective Jowd and I managed to secretly stow away on his boat. Then we sneaked out onto the submarine with him when it surfaced. For long, the submarine dove back down again. Detective Jowd and I decided to split up. He would take care of the telephone line, and I would look for Camilla. Found Camilla hiding here in the engine room. He had escaped and run away here.
Oh, that's quite an adventure. What happened next?
I don't know.
Huh?
There's a flash of white all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead.
Oh boy, sounds like it'd be quicker to see for myself. And back we go.
Imagine she just trips, falls, and kills herself instead.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what happened. Camilla, are you okay? Damn. Camilla? See, it's her and Inspector Cabanela. They're
Yeah,
both
yeah,
in
they're-
on it together.
Yep, absolutely. That's definitely what happened. Hello, Lynn. Or is it Detective now? It's been 10 years since we last met.
Are you really that man from the park 10 years ago?
Well, I see there's no need to introduce myself.
Give Camilla back. She has nothing to do with any of this.
Afraid I can't do that. This is my last chance.
The phone is ringing.
It's not for me. Nobody ever calls the dead. The fact that you're here means that my revenge plan has failed.
Revenge plan?
It didn't happen tonight, did it? His execution.
Well,
No, I half expected as much. That's why I was waiting here like this, waiting for him to show up. Wouldn't it be just what he wanted, to be executed by his own daughter?
I heard about 10 years ago. I feel sorry about what happened to you. But revenge?
Nobody could possibly know what I've...
What in the world? An explosion?
Uh-oh. I've got a bad feeling about this. Have I been had? Revenge, huh? That's a feeling I just can't understand.
Of course not. You're not him.
She's right. I'm not him, am I?
was going to shoot Detective Jowd. As Camilla, when he came to rescue her, it's just too horrible.
Anyway, let's bring you back to life again.
Didn't have to add that again part.
So let's see. The cause of death this time.
It's that mysterious explosion.
You're pretty up for a dead woman.
You know how detectives love a good mystery. It's like a shot of vitamins. And what do you mean for a dead woman?
Anyway, I guess we should look for a way to stop that explosion.
Alright, let's do this thing. Finding clues like a dose of minerals to detective.
I'm afraid of my memory loss. I have no idea what vitamins or minerals are. Okay, let's see. Actually, from here, we can't go anywhere yet. So, gonna have to wait till she raises that gun. Nobody calls the dead. There we go. Yes, now let's go to the telephone. No use. I can't get the line to work. That's funny, but I could use the phone in the past if somebody was calling.
What are you talking about? The receiver has to be off the hook first, silly. Well, don't look at me. I can't do it. I don't have any hands or feet right now.
Somebody please answer the phone.
If you want something done, you have to do it yourself.
I can't. Okay, so let's see. What else can I do here? Turn this wheel and turn this valve. And turn that wheel, which doesn't really help me. So let's try turning stuff. Okay, well, I'm down here. Oh, that got the phone off. Okay, cool.
Hey, we somehow managed to knock down the receiver.
Somehow managed. Who's to say that it's not? That's not how I planned it.
Come on, hurry. Now's your chance to get on the phone. Might be Detective Jowd.
She's right. I better check it out. Hello, anybody there? If anybody's still there, get yourself here on the double. We're about to head out. Speak up. Why don't you answer? Anyway, come if you're coming. We're leaving. Let's go there. It must be true what they say, that there are restless ghosts on board. That does it. I promise to turn over a new leaf, Mom.
Who is he calling restless ghosts?
Well, it's true neither one of us is really resting in peace.
Anyway, looks like the sub just lost one of its crew.
Guess that means the fate of this sub has changed slightly. Cecil has underestimated us. He's left behind his precious bargaining chip here. I guess we could skip this.
Chip.
This isn't the
you
same
want to skip
stuff.
it?
Yeah. Yeah, well,
It's Detective Jowd. What's going on there?
Saw this little deal go down once before. Just a moment, the man in red is about to get his Temsic fragment taken away. Okay, that's...
I don't get it. What's happening?
They decided to conclude the deal without the other party present. They're just going to go ahead and steal the Temsic fragment.
Huh? But that's cheating.
I think we have more important things to think about right now. Where's the Temsic fragment going to go? Oh, Butch, maybe it's broken. Well, guess I don't have to lower it right now. If I ever had to move it, I could probably get Lynne to do it for me. Nothing's happening. Sure seems like it should do something. Maybe it's just some kind of ornament. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Be over here. Which I guess doesn't help as much as I thought it would. Huh. Would be nice if, oh no, I'm stuck? Oh no, I gotta wait for that. Yeah. Ah, the Temsic fragment. You're mine at last. And all those guys crowded in there. The objective has been achieved. Now we detach the control room as planned.
Yes, sir. Farewell, sir. Cecil, what just happened? The whole room just disappeared with Detective Jowd in it.
Don't worry, Lynne. I bet Detective Jowd can take care of himself. Main thing right now is rescuing you and the little lady.
Can't believe this is happening.
Now then, I'd better hurry along, before Cecil discovers what he's lost and comes after me. The Yanoa will be his coffin. May it lie buried here in the deep sea forever. Farewell, Cecil. Okay. Yeah, so I'm stuck there. Waffles.
Sorry, my
Getting-
the mute thing again.
Oh, okay.
So that's the cause of that giant explosion.
Huh? What is?
Don't tell me that's another thing you've forgotten. The torpedo. It's like, well, you've heard of a missile before, haven't you?
Yeah, sure. But a different missile comes more readily to mind.
Looks like he plans to sink the submarine with that thing. This is not good. You have to do something before that torpedo is fired. We can't get it launched.
What can we do?
Let's just get the torpedo as fast as we can. Maybe we can find a way to stop it somehow.
Somehow.
True detective never gives up.
Well, we certainly can't just ignore it. Crazy how this is still like the 4 minutes before
Yeah.
Lynn's death. We've gotten so far away from that, huh?
Yeah, seriously.
Just to stop that. Okay, so we are in now. We are in the torpedo now. It's no time. It's gonna launch.
Don't worry, we can still find a way to stop it.
What? How?
even if the torpedo does launch, we just have to stop it from detonating, right? There's still something we can do. I hope.
Why was the "I hope" at the end of the strongest part of that sentence?
Okay, here it goes.
Now we're in the torpedo. But I forget exactly how this part works. I came along for the ride without giving it too much thought. But was this really the best move?
I think so. Just have to keep it from going off, right? I'm sure this poor little rat will thank us too.
How in the world did it get in here? There's a...
Do you know how a torpedo works?
No, I can't say I do. Wow, detectives sure know a lot.
I saw it explained it once in a book. On impact, the fuse in the tip is depressed. That in turn sets off the detonator.
Detonator, huh? That must be that red button. So how do we stop it?
It didn't explain anything about that in the book.
Wow, detectives sure know a lot. Or not. Okay, so we can operate the joint.
I think these outside parts are supposed to be weights of some sort.
Spinning black things, right?
Apparently their spinning helps the torpedo maintain its balance. They must be pretty heavy.
I wonder if we can use these weights to our advantage somehow. Gyroscope. Stop. Great, we've dumped the little creature off.
Wow, those weights were heavy enough to turn the whole torpedo over. Now, for that safety device.
Right. Okay, so... Do we want to blow up the torpedo?
Hell yeah. Fucking do it. This is probably the detonator. Hey, don't press it! The torpedo will explode.
Uh-oh, better be careful.
But, you know, there should be a safety device around here somewhere.
Safety device, huh? That sounds promising.
We have to put the safety on before this thing blows up. Nah, press it! Press it!
There, we clamped the safety device on.
We did it! That should keep this torpedo from exploding. There's just one problem.
Problem? What's that?
The torpedo is still going to impact. We can't do anything about that.
Uh-oh.
Actually, question. I forget if they talked about this. Let's say, like, you're an object in the torpedo. The torpedo explodes. Everything is in shambles. What happens to your, like, ghost soul? If everything, let's say, like, is not, like, maybe, like, vaporized, but, like, shatter. You know, into, like, million little pieces. Tiny little pieces.
That's a good question. I don't know if there's an actual answer to that. I'm assuming since you're a soul, it doesn't, like, actually affect you, but, like, wherever, like, part you're in at the moment, maybe you'd be on that piece.
Okay, then let's say it was vaporized.
Yeah, then that I really don't know.
Shit out of luck, I guess.
Yeah, maybe you would just fucking float off. Yeah, it's not really a good answer. Maybe, I mean, yeah, maybe you would just die with it. Anyway, looks like the torpedo still hit the submarine.
It looks like the submarine is still okay. This changes everybody's fate, including the little rats. I mean, that's who we're really saving, right?
Exactly.
Thistle, we did it!
And with that, I think that's a good point to leave off right now.